Hello everyone, welcome to Novel Blossom Creations. Thank you for stopping by. In this video, I will be showing you one of the different ways of achieving a Senegalese Zara Cap. By God's grace, I will be posting one or two other ways to also achieve it later this week. I'll also show you how to make a Zara Cap with straps that can fit all head sizes. So let's get started. I'll start by making a Zara Cap, and the measurement is 14 inches by 27 inches. Okay, I'll come at the top here. I'll fold in half an inch and take to my sewing machine and I'll sew. Okay, this is it after folding in half an inch towards the wrong side. Next, I will get my marco, and the measurement is 2 3/4 inches by 18 inches. Okay, next I'll be placing it at the middle. You can see where I placed it immediately after the folding, the half-inch folding. Then I'll take it together with my fabric. I'll hold with pin. Take to my sewing machine and I'll be sewing. I'll sew from one end to another. This is it after sewing it. Still on the wrong side, I'll be shifting this. Okay, I'll be shifting my fabric. You see this sewn part, I will shift it to come down by 1 inch to 1.5 inch. Okay, this will now be the wrong side. You can see the way it is, and this will now be the front part. Okay, this is what I have. The next, I'll be weaving all the 3 sides. This here, 1 2 3. I'll take to my sewing machine and I'll weave them. Okay, if you don't have a weaving machine, then you should add a folding in allowance. That's before adding the marco and others. Okay, then I'll take to my sewing machine and I'll weave the 3 sides. Okay, this is it after weaving the sides. Okay, next I'll set aside and make the straps for tying it. For the straps, I have 3 inches by 12 inches. They are 2. I'll fold in half like this. You can see. I'll come here, I'll come down here, I'll mark 3 inches. Then from that 3 inches, I'll curve it down. Okay, I'll cut it out. I have done the same here, so I'll take to my sewing machine and I'll sew half an inch. Okay, this is it after sewing them. Next, I'll turn them inside out. I'll use my scissors. Okay, carefully push it out. Okay, this is it. Next, I'll fold in half an inch. I'll fold in half an inch and I will sew it. I'll repeat the same thing for this. Next, ensure that your marco is placed at the middle. Measure the excess parts at the both sides to be sure that they are equal. Okay, you can see I have sewn the strap for this side. You can see the way I sewed it, 4 corners. Okay, I'll place on this side. The sewn part should be down 1 inch after the marco. I'll place like this. Okay, I'll pin it. Okay, I'll take my sewing machine and I'll sew 4 corners. Okay, like I did here. Okay, this is it after sewing. Next, I'll place like this. Remember, this is the front side. Okay, so I'll fold like this and I'll take to my sewing machine and I'll sew here, down here. Okay, next I'll thread my needle and I'll be making a running stitch just after the band from here to here. Then I'll gather them. Okay, next I'll knot my thread. Okay, that is all for the Zara Cap. You can see this is the straps. Okay, next is to make the second part. For this second part, I'll be attaching crinoline. Okay, you can use the 6 inches crinoline, just fold in half and use it. Okay, I have it 2.5 inches, so I will be cutting out the fabric for me to attach my crinoline. So your fabric depends on the measurement of your crinoline. For me, mine is 2.5 inches, and when you wrap it around, I should have 5 inches. So what I have here is 6 inches because I added sewing allowance. So depending on the measurement of your crinoline or whatever thing you want to attach to your band, okay, for mine I have 6 inches by 50 inches. The length should be 50 inches, which is the head circumference. Okay, so I have them in two. So I'll go ahead, this is the right side facing me, I'll fold like this and take to my sewing machine, and I'll be sewing the allowance that I added. This is it after sewing them. Next, I'll turn them inside out. Next is to attach my crinoline. I had to cut out 55 inches. Remember, the fabric is 50 inches, but sometimes you cut out crinoline and it will end up not being enough. So I rather have excess than it's not being enough. Okay, so I had to add extra 5 inches. You can add extra 3 inches, cut it out. Any excess parts remaining, just cut it off. Okay, next I'll attach my crinoline to my fabric. So I'll cut out the excess part. Okay, so next I'll be bringing the sewn part down to one side, down. The sewn part should be down and on one side. Okay, so I'll just shift it. The crinoline should be shorter than my fabric by 1 inch, so that is half an inch on both sides. Okay, so I'll shift in my crinoline by half an inch, you can see. Then I'll fold in 1/4 inch of my fabric. I'll fold in 1/4 inch and I'll take to my sewing machine and I'll sew. I'll repeat the same thing for the other side. This is it after closing them up, you can see. So I will place one band on top of the other. Okay, I'll be attaching it to my Zara cap. Okay, there are 2 ways to attach it. You can place it like this, then you will sew. Okay, then you will sew, but for me, I think I want to attach it inside, so I will be opening up my Zara cap and I will fix it inside and sew. Okay, so I'll open up just this band part. Okay, you can see the way I'm placing it, the sewn part is under. Okay, so I've opened up my Zara cap, so I'll fix my band inside. Let me hold with pin. I'll hold with pin. So I'll fix my band inside, you can see. Then I'll take to my sewing machine and I'll sew them together. If your sewing machine cannot sew yours, just attach it the other way. Okay, this is it after sewing it. Okay, next you can decide where you want the one under to be. For me, I want it to be at 1.25 inch from the top. Okay, so I'll be marking there. You don't have to mark, I just want to mark mine. Okay, I'll be stopping at 3 inches after the middle. Okay, so I'll get the middle first. Okay, I'll mark the middle. This is the middle. I'll come up here and mark it. So 3 inches after the middle. Okay, you can see the middle, 3 inches. That's where I'll be stopping. Okay, I'll be slanting it from that point. Okay, this is 3 inches after the middle. Then next I'll come to the end part here. I'll come in by 3 inches too and I'll mark there. That's where I'll be stopping. You just watch what I'm doing. Okay, take note of all these marks. Okay, 3 inches from the edge. Okay, So okay, next is to start sewing. You can see, so I'll get the one under. You can see I'll shift this one, the one under, I'll slant it. Okay, so I'll start sewing it where the marco starts. Okay, that's where you can see the line that I marked. So I'll slant it to that point. You can see the 1¼ inch mark that I gave. You can use any measurement of your choice. Okay, so I'll start sewing. I'll be making an invisible stitch. So I'll first pick up, then I'll pick my band. Okay, you can see the one I'm doing it. You can see I'm picking the sewn line. Okay, you can see the sewn line. Then I'll come back to my Zara cap and go back to the band, the sewn part. You can see. So that's how I'll continue. I'll continue like that. Okay, when you sew small, you carefully pull, then continue sewing. Okay, I'll continue sewing like that till I get to the 3 inches after the middle. Okay, this is it. When I get to the 3 inches mark, you can see after the middle, then I'll slant it to these 3 inches from the end here. You can see I'll slant it like this. Okay, then I'll sew it. Okay, I'll slant it. You can hold with pin or just hold on to it. Okay, then I'll continue sewing till I get to the top here. Okay, you can mark it, okay, so that you'll be sure of where to sew. Okay, but for me, I will just be gauging it with my eyes. I'll stop here for now. Okay, then I'll work on the second band. Okay, for this second band, I want it to be, you can place it at ½ inch from the first band that you attached. You can place it at 1 inch from it. You can place it at 3/4 inch from it, whichever way you want. Okay, for me, I think I want to place it at 3/4 inch from my first band. So I will be marking there. I'll continue marking the 3/4 inch. Okay, till I get to the 3 inches from the edge here. I'll stop there. Okay, this is it. Next, I'll start sewing. I'll repeat the same thing that I did with the first band. Okay, I'll just sew it the way I sewed the first band. Okay, this is the last one. Okay, then I'll knot it. I'll be knotting it on this side because I'll be turning this over like this. Okay, okay, so next, you see this one, this last one I just attached, the one on top, I will turn it over. Okay, and bring it to where I attach. You can see where my strap is. I will sew it to that place. Okay, exactly where my strap started from, where my marco ends. Okay, where my strap is. Okay, I will just stack it there. Sew from where you turned it over to where the strap is attached. If you notice, I did not sew, I just sewed it to where I attached the strap. I later corrected it. I will be doing that for the both of them. When I'm done, I'll knot my thread. Okay, I'll repeat the same thing for this one. I'll slant it and I'll tack it here. Okay, this is it. The next, you see the one at the top. Okay, you can see this one here. I will now bring it to the back. Okay, you can see I'll follow that same line and bring it to the back, and I'll tack it down there. Okay, I'll tack it first there. Just watch what I'm doing. Okay, when I've tacked it, then I'll be making a running stitch from the place that I tacked to where the band ends. Okay, okay, you can see I'll come here. You can see what I'm doing. I'll also gather this side. Then I'll pull. Then I will knot when I'm done. You can see. Next is to arrange it. So I will just arrange it. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. You can see. I'll sew it to my Zara cap. Okay, I'll pass it. You can see where I'm coming out from. I opened up the allowance at the back. Okay, I'll pass through there again. Okay, I think I'm satisfied. Then next, I'll knot my thread. For the other band, I'll repeat the same thing. I'll place it. You can see I'll just take it back under, and I'll sew it down there first before making my gathers. Okay, so I'll take it, then I'll sew first like I did the first time. Okay, then I'll make a running stitch and gather it. Okay, I'll pull, then I'll knot my thread. Okay, I'll use it and wrap the first part. You can see it here. I'll use it and wrap it under. You can see what I'm doing. Okay, next I will be making a ruffle to cover this. You can just attach a brooch or an applique here, but for me I'll be making a ruffle. Okay, for the ruffle part, I'll cut out 4.5 inches by 30 inches. I'll fold it towards the 4.5 inches, and I'll take to my sewing machine and I'll sew. Okay, after sewing, I will turn it inside out. Okay, this is it. Next, I'll cut out another part that I will be inserting inside this 4.5 inches that I cut before, and the measurement is 3 inches by 4.5 inches. I'll fold it towards the 3 inches. Okay, then I'll take to my sewing machine and I'll sew. Okay, this is it. After sewing, next I will turn it inside out. Okay, this is it. Next, I will fold in 1/2 inch on the two sides. Okay, I'll fold in 1/2 inch. I'll take to my sewing machine and I'll sew. I'll repeat the same thing on this side. Okay, this is it. After sewing the two sides, next I'll pass my safety pin through it, and I'll be passing it through this 4.5 inches one. Okay, I'll insert it a little. Okay, so I'll be bringing out here. Okay, this longer one I'll be folding in 1/2 inch. Okay, I'll fold in 1/2 inch. I'll bring out this. You can see the way I did it. Okay, I'll place them together, then I'll top stitch on it 2 to 3 times. This is it after sewing on it. Okay, using the safety pin inside, I will bring out the other side. This is it. Next, I will fold in. I will still leave my safety pin here because I don't want this to snap back. Okay, it will be hard to bring out. So I will fold in 1/2 inch of the longer one, just like I did here. Okay, then I'll place them together. You can see I folded it in. Next, I'll take to my sewing machine. I'll bring out this. Okay, you can see I'll take to my sewing machine. I'll top stitch on it 2 to 3 times. I will bring it out. I will not remove my safety pin till I'm done sewing. Okay, this is it after sewing. I can now remove my safety pin. Okay, this is it. Next, you can see the two sides. I will join them together. You can see what I'm doing. Then I'll be placing it at the middle. Okay, you can see this sewn part here. You can see I'll use it. I'll place here. I'll use it and cover this middle. So I will just sew it to my cap. I'll sew it properly and I'll knot my thread. Okay, I think that is all. So I will knot my thread. The next is to make the Senegalese effect. Okay, so I'll come to the middle here. I will push my, you can see I'll push my fabric inside. You can see, so that I'll tighten my crinoline. Then I'll fold it. Okay, you can see I'll repeat the same thing here. You can see what I'm doing. Then I'll fold it. So this is it. You can see. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, thank you for watching. See you in my next video.